Hey everyone, Matt here from the Matt Film Show. Welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, never fix my glasses. Okay. And in today's video, I'll be discussing Star Wars for the first time on this channel, and talking about the next Star Wars films that are coming out from Disney, and my thoughts on it, and what do I think about them doing another Star Wars movie, and how they need to win me back. So let's get into this video. So what I'm talking about is that there will be a new trilogy, or supposedly a new Star Wars trilogy. I honestly do not even know what's going on over there at Lucasfilm right now. But a new trilogy of Star Wars movies. I know for a fact that I have not heard reports that Rian Johnson, who did the Last Jedi, was supposed to do a trilogy. And after the Last Jedi was not well received, it wasn't good with fans. I do not know if that's still going on. I do not know if Disney's still working with Rian Johnson with the new trilogy of Star Wars. I do not know what's going on. I know Rian Johnson right now is working on Knives Out, and he just released Knives Glass Onion like December, I think it was, of 2022. I think they're coming out with a third one as well on Netflix. So he's busy doing Glass Onion and maybe other projects as well. So they have moved on. We also heard that Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, the genius, the legendary Kevin Feige, the one who made the MCU what it is reportedly working on the Star Wars movie. I do not know if that's still happening. I do not know. Like I said, I don't even know who's making the next Star Wars movie. There was reports of Patty Jenkins, the girl who did Wonder Woman, was doing Rogue Squadron. I think that was the first Star Wars movie that was supposed to come out. I don't even know what happened with that movie. That movie got, I guess it got like delayed. And I don't even know if that movie started coming out. So there's like 4. And I think, I can't remember who else was supposed to make it. But there's like a lot of directors and writers, whatever, were scheduled to make a Star Wars movie. And I don't even know what happened with those Star Wars movies. Then they were supposed to make a trilogy. I do not know what's going on over there at Lucasfilm with Disney, with Star Wars. But I have not been very hyped for Star Wars. You guys know me, I love Marvel. You know what I mean? I talked about a lot of the Marvel stuff here on my channel. I love DC, and I've talked about a lot of DC. I love Disney. I love Pixar. I love the Fast and Furious franchise. I love the John Wick franchise. I love the first Matrix. I'm not a huge Matrix franchise fan, but I do love the first one. You know what I mean? So I love the Creed franchise. I love the Jurassic Park franchise and Jurassic World franchise. Those franchises I love. You know what I mean? I could name a bunch of franchises I love. If you guys have seen my top favorite franchises, you guys know which kind of franchises I enjoy. There's more, but I couldn't thought of it on top of my head. But I don't want to, you know what I mean, get into this. That's not what this video is about. This video is about Disney has to make the new Star Wars movie, whatever the next Star Wars movie is. I don't care what kind of movie it is. Whether it's Kevin Feige, Patty Jenkins, any creator, Rian Johnson, whoever makes a next Star Wars movie. I don't care who it is. It has to be great. Disney bought Lucasfilm 11 years ago, or 10, 11 years ago. And they announced Star Wars Episode 7 when they announced it. Very excited. I wanted more Star Wars movies. So I was like, hey, you know, as long as we get more Star Wars movies, I wouldn't mind Disney buying Star Wars. Well, we had Force Awakens, which I enjoyed, and we also had Rogue One, which I enjoyed. But after Rogue One, after Force Awakens, all the Star Wars movies were, you know, crap. They were not great. You know what I mean? Such as Last Jedi. Wasn't a fan of Last Jedi. Wasn't a fan of Solo and Rise of Skywalker. So there hasn't been a Star Wars movie in the past 4 years now. It's been 4 years since the release of The Rise of Skywalker. They've been doing Star Wars on Disney Plus with The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, right? Mandalorian Season 3 is about to come out in March 1st, I believe. And they've been doing like the animated stuff with they made a final season of Clone Wars, and they also made the Bad Batch, right, on Disney Plus animated series Star Wars. So they have been doing Star Wars, but on Disney Plus, not on the big screen. And it's already been, like I said, 4 years, I think it has been since The Rise of Skywalker came out in theaters. And there has not been a Star Wars movie since then. Now, I'm not trying to say that Disney should release a Star Wars movie right now. Take your time. I want Disney to take their time to make a Star Wars movie, because I have been very disappointed with Disney with the sequel trilogy with Solo. You know what I mean? I'm not counting Rogue One because I love the Rogue One and I love the Force Awakens, but the rest of the sequel trilogy, Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi, and the other movie, Solo, was not a fan of them at all. I love Star Wars, man. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have lightsaber battles with my cousins. You know what I mean? I had a Darth Vader mask. I bought Darth Vader costume. I had the red lightsaber. I was on the dark side. I love the dark side. And I remember playing outside, playing Star Wars with my lightsabers and all that. And having fun, you know, as a kid. And I have not been a fan of Star Wars in a sense. I'm still a Star Wars fan. I'm not saying I'm not a Star Wars fan anymore. I'm still a Star Wars fan, but I'm not a huge fan how it was years ago, if that makes sense. You guys know me, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I talk about Marvel all the time. And I love Marvel. I love Disney. I talk about Disney all the time. I talk about Pixar all the time. But I never talked about Star Wars. That's the one thing I never talked about. And it's not because I don't like it. I love Star Wars and I enjoy Star Wars. And I'm a huge Star Wars. You know what I mean? But I don't talk about it is because of Disney. Like the one company, Disney, that they destroyed Star Wars to me and to many people. I could guarantee you that right now, the people will agree with you that Star Wars, but they were not a fan of the sequel trilogy. Star Wars is a huge part of my life. And a franchise like Star Wars for Disney, which I had so much faith in them owning Star Wars because they bought Marvel. And at the time they bought Marvel, the box office for Marvel was great. They had great movies in Marvel back when Disney bought them, and they were doing great. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? They're doing good. They bought Pixar, they're doing good. They bought Marvel, they're doing great with Marvel. Hey, you know what? They're going to do Star Wars. They're not going to destroy Star Wars. They have not even destroyed Marvel. They have not even destroyed Pixar. What makes me think they're going to destroy Star Wars? Well, as many people, and as me, I was wrong. They destroyed Star Wars. Star Wars is a huge part of my life. I love Star Wars, and Disney destroyed it. Disney needs to make great Star Wars movies again. And I'm hopefully praying that these 4 years break, or how long it's been since The Rise of Skywalker, I think it's been 4 years. And whenever the next Star Wars movie comes, I don't care whenever it comes, okay? If it comes next year, if it comes in 2025, if it comes in 2026, I don't care. But they have to be great. These Star Wars movies have to be great. They've been working on these films for the past 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know how long they've been working on these new Star Wars movies. I don't even know what's going on over there at Lucasfilm. I don't even know what Kathleen Kennedy, the person at Lucasfilm, is doing over there at Lucasfilm. I don't even know what's going on. There's been so much controversy over there at Lucasfilm that something has been going on that's not going right. I do not know what's going on over there at Lucasfilm. I don't work over there with them. But I know that something's wrong. And something they're not doing something right. You know what I mean? I don't understand how they've been winning fans right with The Mandalorian. Which I love The Mandalorian. I'm not talking bad about The Mandalorian. I'm just saying that The Mandalorian is so great. It's on Disney Plus. They did such an amazing job with The Mandalorian. People love The Mandalorian, right? They're coming out with season 3, like next week, I think it is, or I think it's next week. With the 3rd season, can't wait to watch it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. And they did such a great job with The Mandalorian. Now, you know, with the movies side of things, you can't get that right. So I don't understand how Disney cannot get Star Wars right on the big screen, but they could get it right on the small screen. Now, I'm not saying wrong. I'm not saying that every show of Disney on the Disney Plus is right. It's great. I do not enjoy Obi-Wan. Huge Obi-Wan Kenobi fan. I love Edward McGregor. I love Hayden Christensen. I love to see Darth Vader come back. I love to see I love to see Darth Vader come back and Hayden Christensen reprising his role as Anakin and Edward McGregor reprising Obi-Wan. Iconic roles. Was a huge fan of it. Obi-Wan, if you guys did not know, was supposed to be a movie. They were supposed to make a movie of Obi-Wan, but I guess they decided to do a show. I came out kind of disappointed with that show. You know what I mean? Towards the beginning, I enjoyed it, you know. But towards the end of the show, I came out very disappointed with Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? And same thing goes with Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett, I was very hyped for the Book of Boba Fett coming with it being a spin-off of The Mandalorian, right? Because, you know what I mean? So, with him being a spin-off from The Mandalorian, right? I was expecting greatness. It came from the same people who made The Mandalorian. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, I think Dave Filoni was the one who did Rebels and Clone Wars anime series, where he did The Mandalorian as well as, I think, and Jon Favreau, and I believe Jon Favreau made Book of Boba Fett. I might be wrong, but I know Dave Filoni did as well. I know Dave Filoni did Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Mandalorian with Jon Favreau. I know Jon Favreau created Mandalorian, but I do not know if Jon Favreau did Book of Boba Fett. I'm assuming he did. Very disappointed with the show. Came out very disappointed. They're also doing Ahsoka, another spin-off of The Mandalorian, right? That's supposed to come out sometime this year. I'm assuming it's going to be made by Dave Filoni as well, and Jon Favreau. And that show has to be great as well. You know what I mean? They have to do great in that show. Was disappointed with Book of Boba Fett. They have to win me back with Ahsoka. You know, they have so much Star Wars shows coming out, which I don't have a problem with. They have to be great, right? And the movie side of things, the new movies coming out, they have to be great too. Disney has to win me back. You know what I mean? And you know what? Kathleen Kennedy, she's not doing great. So Disney, why don't you fire Kathleen Kennedy? Just fire her off, right? She doesn't even know what she's doing. Fire Kathleen Kennedy and for the fun of it, make Jon Favreau the head guy at Lucasfilm. Make him the head guy at Lucasfilm. He's doing great with The Mandalorian. Hey, have him run the company over there at Lucasfilm and have him do great with the new Star Wars movies over there. Come on, Disney. Next Lucasfilm successor, Jon Favreau. Anyway, no joking around. Indiana Jones is Lucasfilm, right? The last Indiana Jones was made, which was like 15 years ago, wasn't great. I'm gonna be straight about it. I love Indiana Jones. It wasn't great. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the 5th and final film, comes out this June. Very excited for Indiana Jones. Very hyped for it. Can't wait for the return of Indiana Jones. When that trailer came out and I heard the theme song of Indiana Jones, man, dude, I just put a smile on my face. But please, Disney, do not destroy Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Hoping that this movie is great, and please do not destroy it how we destroyed Star Wars. Because if you destroyed how you destroyed Star Wars and you destroyed Indiana Jones as well, you destroyed Star Wars for me and for many people. And if you destroy Indiana Jones for me, that's it, Disney. That's it for me from Disney. But anyways, this is kind of like a rant and me talking about how great the next Star Wars movies have to be. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys' support. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys like. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.